With the calendar turning over to November, it brings the return of high school sports state tournaments in Connecticut. We welcome you to the Oval Field on the beautiful campus of Darien High School for this 2021 CIAC Class LL first round state matchup between the 8th seeded Darien Blue Wave and the 25th seeded New Britain Golden Hurricanes. Pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Braden Shank joined alongside me, the soccer extraordinaire Tim Blake. And Tim, last year there was no state tournament.
I'm dead.
We are working through some audio issues right now, but a good matchup on hand this afternoon. And Tim, what do you think we're going to see this afternoon?
We have New Britain coming out. They're kind of a different type of style, and they've got 4 in the back, then 5 midfielders and 1 striker, which is a bit unusual. Darien's going to come out with their normal 4-4-2. And if Darien plays to the side, they'll do fine.
So the teams will take the field, and we will just about be ready to go on this Tuesday afternoon. Giovanni Part to start for the Golden Hurricanes with the ball. And we are underway in this first round matchup. New Britain in their road white jerseys moving from left to right on your screen. Darien in their home blues with the black stripe moving from right to left on your screen. Kennedy gets it over to Pegg. And the give and go right back to Kennedy.
Nice idea there.
Darien now moving the ball around.
New Britain's using their size. They're pretty good size by comparison.
New Britain finished the regular season at 6-8, good enough for the 25th seed. Darien coming off an impressive 9-1-5 season, which they fell in the FCIAC quarterfinals, but a talented team to say the least. As that one is sent through, and the whistle will be blowing it dead. And our starting goaltenders this afternoon for New Britain, it will be the junior Maximilian Shapanik, and for the Darien Blue Wave, it will be senior captain Will Lehan. That one striked all the way down. Lehan will come out, stop it, and we'll pick it up. Slight wind here on the campus of Darien High School, but a beautiful day for some soccer. Stopped by Parwall, and he's going to flip the field looking for Pegg. McCann with it. Treats it back to Galvin. Trying to advance it, but stopped by Cameron Naples. So Tim, we mentioned last year there was no state tournament. Do you think that's going to add any extra excitement to this match this afternoon?
Yeah, it's good for the kids to be able to see other teams from outside of the FCIAC, and it's you'll see a completely different style from what the northwestern part of the state plays versus the FCIAC.
New Britain taking the 65-mile journey down to Darien today, hour and 10 minutes with no traffic, and they will have the ball trying to send it to the offense. New Britain, a team that plays in the Central Connecticut Conference. Darien, of course, in the FCIAC, as the whistle will blow that one dead.
That's good training by their back four, pulling Darien off sides, but New Britain's strategy seems to be to send the ball up to the striker. I think his name is Pert, P-E-A-R-T. He's got the ball right there. Nice takeaway, nice defense.
Taken away by Comey. New Britain putting the pressure on. Sends the through ball.
He's off.
And the whistle will call him offsides. New Britain was looking to get on the board early, but the offsides will blow it dead.
These are very experienced referees. They've been around, they know the game, they know what to look for.
Lehan with the goal kick. Over Whitaker, and the whistle will be keeping it with the blue wave.
There was a bit of confusion with the referees when I questioned them on do we go regular, then 2 overtimes and PKs, and one of them was adamant that there was no overtime in the States. I didn't question him, I just assumed that there was some rule change, but he was incorrect, and it's been straightened out. Now it's 2 40s, 2 10s, and PKs. I don't think this game is going to go to overtime.
Comey sends it in. Caruso with it, puts the shot, knocked away by New Britain.
It's a corner.
It is interesting when you bring up overtime. Last night, the Darien girls soccer team traveled to Southington. Same matchup, the 8 versus the 25. Darien was the 25th seed, and they took that game in overtime, 3-2 against Southington.
And Southington's a damn good team.
Ooh, and off the post,
bar,
and it's in.
There's your first score.
And
the goalie's pleading. I don't know for what. I guess he said that the player was in the offside position. But the ref was in the right position to make the call, or non-call.
The goal will stand. Darien will go up 1-0. So Darien gets the scoring open early, 35 minutes into the game. We're still waiting confirmation who scored the goal. I believe it was Chase Caruso, number 10.
He's using his size.
Barrett will knock it wide of the net. So Darien up 1-0. Early goal.
The striker's using his size to shield the ball, and he'll be taking a lot of those kind of breakaway shots. There it is again.
Parrott with it. Hard kick and a ground ball for Lehan. Makes the stop. And we did get confirmation. It was Chase Caruso with the goal. Darien senior. And now Darien will come back on the offense. Pegg puts the shot up off the crossbar.
Right up the upper 90. Wow.
Shapanik, the goalie, barely reacted on that. He thought that was pretty clearly over the net. Pegg.
Well, he was beaten. He was just looking at it.
Calvin with the throw-in. Caruso, 1 goal on the game already. Dribbles past his defender. And New Britain will clear it out.
Nice clear. They're going to try and send him. He's in the offside position.
Naples send it all the way to Parrott.
Non-call.
Whitaker all the way down to Kennedy. And New Britain will try to clear it out. Salmon. Shapanik will have the goal kick for the Hurricanes. Sends it all the way cross field to Parrott.
He's got that same move. It's good skill.
New Britain tried to get something going, and Darien will clear it out. The give and go up to Kennedy.
Handball. Good call. Ref was right there.
And we will see our first substitution of the match on the New Britain side. Coos will enter for New Britain, number 12. Parrott will bring it in. Knocked away, and a corner will be awarded.
Let's see how New Britain sets this up, where they put their striker. It's right on the 6. New Britain clearly has height advantage.
Captain Lucas Klimkowicz with the penalty kick, or with the corner kick, knocks it in. Lehan makes the stop. Apologize right now. We're trying our best on these names. We might mispronounce one here and there, so our apologies now. And Darien now sends the through ball.
Nice through ball, and he's got 2 men on the left.
Kennedy brings the goaltender out and kicked away.
Corner.
That was Panic knocking it away. Pegg in the corner for the Blue Wave. He will send it into the box. And off the head, and just wide of the net.
Nice try.
That was number 9, Colin McCann, looking for the goal. And now there will be a goal kick for the Hurricanes. Shapanik off the head of Galvin.
It may sound like it's pretty windy out here, but it's an absolutely beautiful day.
Parrott with it. Knocked away by Parwall, and it will be cleared. There's Garv Parwall knocking it away, the All-FCIAC East player here in this 2021 season. 1 of 4 for the Blue Wave. Shapanik will just boot it away.
That's a big boy boot.
And the wind still picking up. A little left to right on the wind.
I'm looking at their flag over there, the red and black flag. Is that for a hurricane?
It might be. It's an interesting flag over there on the New Britain sideline. Golden Hurricanes coming on the offense now. A little chip on the far side. Salmon. Just get it back. Trying to advance it. Comey makes the stop. And is tripped to the ground, turning the ball over. So as we mentioned, this is the start of the Class LL state tournament. The winner of this will advance to play on Thursday against the winner of Richfield and South Windsor, which is happening tonight. So it's going to make for a nice month of some boys soccer. Win or go home games in just about every one. New Britain now with the ball. Stopped by Whitaker. Britain throws it in. Klimkowicz with the give and go, trying to get it back. And the whistle will be called against Darien.
I'm looking up at the American flag, and there's no wind up top. But there is some down here at field level because the corner flags are blowing.
It's an interesting observation there as that one's chipped over past Pegg. And Pegg will come out of nowhere, knock it away. Kennedy now with the chance. Sends it up and high of the net off the boot of Matthew Kennedy. Britain, two very long-running soccer programs in the state. And believe it or not, as far as records date back, no recorded meetings between these teams. That dates all the way back to 1975. There's the trip there, staying with New Britain.
Well, Darien's only recently gotten into the double L bracket, which would explain it. But New Britain's got a long history. That's also the home of Connecticut junior soccer.
Now New Britain with the opportunity. Trying to send it past Parwall. Trying again. This one is successful.
Nice use of the body, shielding it, letting it. Now they'll get the corner kick.
You mentioned Darien recently moving into Class Double L, and you look at the sizes of these schools. New Britain, 1,200 boys, just boys attending the school, and the Darien total size population coming in at 1,300. So a difference there, but for this year at least, they're playing in the same class. Of course, the class is broke up by the size of the gender population at that school, as that one's knocked through to give and go. New Britain with the opportunity, sends the shot up, and it's wide of the net. So Harith.
That's their MO. That's what they're doing. The through balls, trying to break past the last guy on a breakaway.
Leanne will have the goal kick after the shot. Sends this one past McCann over to Pegg.
There you go, 4 head balls in a row, all perfectly executed. Nicely done.
Pegg has it, dribbling with it. Tried to send it over to Kennedy, stopped, and kept back in.
Needs to get it down into the corner and cross it.
And they're going to say DeSanctis touched the line, turning it over to New Britain. Roy with the throw-in to Salmon. Actually, Alwisha. DeSanctis now with the throw-in. The head of Kennedy to Pegg. Trying to center it. And New Britain just trying to clear it out.
They're trying to set up another through ball. Right there.
Parrott with the opportunity. Puts the shot up. And stopped by Lehan.
We have a little crew of people that may have played hooky today from New Britain right in front of us, in case you're hearing that, listening to them.
Once again, we mentioned New Britain a little over an hour away from Darien. And this game started at 2 o'clock. You're leaving at noon potentially here to get for warm-ups. And that is right, Tim. A nice section cheering on the Golden Hurricanes. Darien now with it. Whitaker sends it all the way past Caruso. He's hustling for it.
Look at that speed.
Caruso dribbling it in the box.
Goalie coming out.
And he sends it in. Chase Caruso makes it 2-0 Darien with his second of the afternoon. He pulled the goaltender out and sent it right past him.
It's just a classic play. It's well done, well coached. New Britain goalie is just imploring his team to tighten up the middle.
Maximilian Chepanik, second goal he's given up here in just the first 17 minutes. I believe he's the only rostered goalie on this New Britain team. And now New Britain moving the ball around. Trying to send it to Parrott. Knocked away by Parwall, getting it over to Kennedy, trying to flip the field.
There you go. Go to the corner, guys.
To DeSanctis. Give and go back to DeSanctis. Now Kennedy with it. Sends it in the box to Whitaker. Wide open. Bobby Whitaker stopped by Chepanik. And Chepanik is still arguing with that ref. I think he was looking for an offsides call. look at it. Pegg with the corner kick.
Oh, nice.
Stopped and just kicked out by New Britain. Trying to clear it out, Parwall. Parrott will come away with it, hustling with it on that far sideline. Tripped up, and the whistle will go against Darien.
I don't know about that one, but it is what it is.
Hustling forward on that far sideline. Comey will come away with it.
Boy, that's two really nice takeaways and sending.
It's down to Caruso. Caruso using his speed once again. Sends it high and past the net. Chase Caruso, 2 goals in the match already. Was looking to pick up an early hat trick. And as you're looking over now, students of Darien High School filing out of the school. 2:20, of course, school ending. And there might be some electricity filing up here at the soccer field as Parrott tried to get it back, intercepted by Darien.
That heel pass at this level isn't going to work. Players down in the middle really hurt. Stopping the clock.
Clock will stop at 20:53. They will attend to the New Britain player down. And with that, we're going to take a short break on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture between the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We'll be right back.
This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
We welcome you back to Darien High School after the brief injury timeout. Panic will have the free kick.
He's got a good foot. I'll give him that.
And
No, nice fake.
Whitaker comes away with it over to Caruso. Wide open, Caruso puts the shot up, and it's in! Chase Caruso picking up a hat trick. And it's 3-0 Darien. Gonna take another look at it. Caruso was wide open on the shot and sent it to the back of the net. And we're just 19 minutes into this one. 3-0 Blue Wave. Parrott stumbles, stays with it. Knocked away by McCann. If you're just joining us, Braden Shank and Tim Blake with you. So glad you could be with us on this Tuesday afternoon for this state playoff game between the Darien Blue Wave and the New Britain Golden Hurricanes. Chase Caruso, 3 goals in the game, and that's where we stand at 3-0. Another substitution for New Britain.
Britain might be wise to change up their formation.
Jesus Vaga entering the game. Klimkowicz in the corner sends the corner kick. Off the head of Parrott and knocked away by Matthew Kennedy. Pressure being kept on. Once again, knocked away, this time by Parwall. Parwall, I should say. And they will repeat the corner kick.
If you take a look at the height that they're bringing in there, New Britain, they just need to swing it out to about the PK line, about 10, 12 yards out.
Klimkowicz will try again.
Bring in another player, and there's the ball. It's in too close.
And Lehan will come out to make the stop. Lehan will have the punt. He sends it to Kennedy. New Britain now slowing it down, this time sending it through to number 6, Kolk. Now, nice move there, but it will be knocked out off the blue wave, staying with New Britain. Off a couple heads, missed there, and slide tackle from New Britain will give him possession of the ball. Parrott hustling for it, trying to use his size. And they will be awarding what appears to be a penalty corner. I should say a corner kick. Thinking of field hockey with the penalty corner.
You got too many sports.
Well, we are bringing up field hockey. The 2021 FCIAC Field Hockey Champions Blue Wave will return to action tomorrow against the Fairfield Ludlow Falcons in the first round of state playoffs. Now with the corner kick. Sent in.
He needs to bring it further out from the goal, because otherwise there's no way that they're going to be able to get their size in there.
New Britain.
That's a little bit better.
High kick past the scrum, leaving Matthew Kennedy to come away with it. Parwall gets it over to DeSanctis.
Down the wing. There you go.
Kennedy hustling for it. Sends it. And stopped by Shimpanik.
That play is going to work over and over, time and again.
I mentioned Shimpanik, the junior goaltender for the Golden Hurricanes. And he boots that one to Parwall. Jesus Vaga throws it in past Alwisha, and now Pegg will come away with it. Making a move past his defender. Wide open, Trevor Pegg puts the shot up, and it's in.
That's a clinic.
Trevor Pegg makes it 4-0 Blue Wave. Trevor Pegg was being double teamed when he brought it in the box, found a hole, and took it to the back of the net, making it 4-0 Darien.
The nice thing is it looks like John Bradley will be able to get some of the players, some state experience in the second half.
And the Hurricanes will move down that bench once again. This time bringing in Alexis Mayers. Britain with the restart. Nice move from Vaga. Say Viga as Galvin. It's actually Comey that will knock it out of bounds. Still 15 minutes left to play in this first half between the Darien Blue Wave and the New Britain Golden Hurricanes. And the throw in from New Britain. Keep possession with it. Being forced into that corner. Kennedy putting the pressure on. Comes away with it. Passes it to Whitaker. Stopped by New Britain. And the whistle will be calling it and turning it over. Mentioned the girls soccer team. They went last night, took down Southington at Southington, the 25th seed. They will play also tomorrow against Staples at Staples. So Darien will be looking by the end of the night to still have 2 soccer teams still in the running for a state title. But it's still early in this one. Still have a whole second half left to play. Lehan boots it. Stopped by Kennedy. Over to Pegg.
Nice turn. Here it comes.
Trevor Pegg once again.
Oh,
this
that's
time will be pushed.
That's a PK.
And he is inside the box.
Pushed from the back.
So Trevor Pegg will line up from the dash, and he will be awarded the penalty kick. And he's actually handing it off Colin McCann, who will be doing the penalty kick. McCann, a senior on this Blue Wave team. Shapanik in net. McCann with the penalty kick. Whistle is blown. McCann lines up. He puts the shot up, and it's in. Colin McCann beats the goaltender, and it's 5-0 Darien.
Okay, a complete switch. They're bringing out a whole new squad.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
No, I haven't.
9 new players for Darien. We'll try to name them all for you. Got Thomas Cleary, Henry Cavana, Kai Sparks, Kyle Baera, Ryan Roderick, Will Collins, Luke Mashoff, probably missing a couple Nick Regalado, Mitch Davis. Whole new look for Darien after that one. And the starting 11 for Darien will be getting a nice celebration on the sideline.
Well, it's going to give these kids really good experience.
Have you ever seen that before, Tim?
No, no.
So Darien scored on the penalty kick, and then John Bradley went to the bench, bringing in a entire lineup of fresh legs. That one's sent over past Thomas Cleary. Parrott, quadruple teamed by Darien. New Britain keeping the pressure on the shot up, stopped by Davis. That one's knocked up to Cleary. Trying to send it cross field to Kai Sparks. Will Collins will knock it all the way over to Cleary.
It's onside, so.
Cleary stopped by New Britain. Darien will try again. Cavana on the defense, and they will retreat it back to Shapanik.
Darien's giving up a lot of size in the back. But if they can't get it to Pete, it doesn't make any difference.
Parrott, long shot. Once again, a ground ball for Lehan.
I think Lehan would like that to be the hardest shot he's going to have to defend today.
It's also interesting when you look on the sidelines, you have Darien, a team just loaded with the numbers. They can't even fit them all on the bench. And then you got a team like New Britain, very small bench, only 19 players on their roster compared to Darien's 37. Throw in there off of Cavana, staying with the Blue Wave. And you mentioned, Tim, it's just good to get these guys experience.
Oh, yeah, this is...
Especially with the entire state tournament ahead of them.
Right, and they have the starting 11. They've had plenty of experience between the FCIACs and the various state tournaments over the years, so this is terrific for these guys.
Darien now moving the ball around. corner. Knocked out of bounds. And it will be a throw-in for Nick Regalado. Ball is up off the head of Cavanna, still up, and will go past the end line, awarding a goal kick. It's also good to give these guys experience down the line next year, future years.
Exactly, as many freshmen and sophomores as he can get out here.
Might as well get him out here, get him some state experience.
Or some seniors that didn't get as much playing time as he had hoped.
Sparks with it. Sends it.
Offside. Good call.
5-0 our score. Darien with the lead. Against the New Britain Golden Hurricanes, who coming in knew they had a tough task ahead of them, traveling an hour downstate and then having to take on one of the top teams in the FCIAC as Shapanik knocks it down, boots it down, stopped by Davis.
He was going to be called offsides, but he did not become involved in the play.
Mitch Davis comes away with it.
Nice. Down the wing.
Kai Sparks using his speed. Over to Cleary. Thomas Cleary sends it in, stopped by Shapanik. Last time there was a state tournament, 2019, New Britain and Darien were both in it. Both fell in the first round. So one team will be advancing further here this year, as that one's shot high and out of play past the end line. And a stat to keep in mind, New Britain, they have not won a state playoff game, just one game, since 1998, when they took down Fairfield Prep as the 7th seed. So 20 years later or so, still looking for that first state win to break the deficit, as that one's sent off the head of Collins. Parrott trying to use his size. He comes away with it. He double teamed and he can't fight through the defenders.
No, it's just not going to work.
Whistle is blown. Offsides on the blue wave.
He was right there, the ref. It's a good call.
Offsides on Cavanna will lead to a New Britain free kick.
They want the goalie to take the ball because he's got the boot to get it all the way up to him.
Running start, and he sends it all the way downfield. Looking for Vega. And boots it a little too hard. Lehan with the goal kick. Tried to get over to Bayera. He comes away with it.
Darien's holding their formation extremely well in the back. As soon as they're at that big striker, there are 3 or 4 of the Darien defenders right all over him. When they only use one striker, it's pretty easy to defend that one player.
Actually, a quick correction, number 15 is Amon Gallagher. I must have been looking at a wrong roster. Gallagher, number 15.
Senior, right? That's what I was saying. A lot of the seniors are going to be in here that didn't get to see much playing time during the year.
That one off the boot of Regalado. Just pops it up in the air. Cavanna gets past him. Slowing it down is New Britain. Stopped by Bruno.
They have to stay on side.
Darien stays on side with it. Sends it to Cavana. Still with it. Henry Cavana gets the shot up and it's knocked out of bounds.
The goalie should have come out for that much sooner.
Japan came out eventually, but it will be a Darien corner kick. Henry Cavana. Gallagher will actually be in the corner to send it in for Darien. Puts it up.
Nice defending. Ooh, nice shot. That came out of nowhere.
Klumkowicz knocked it out of the box, and Regalado put a long shot up. Britain once again getting some fresh legs out on the pitch. Saif Salman entering the game. In place Jesus Vega. A 5-0 match. Darien leads.
If you're going to hurt Darien, you've got to take it to the corners. Whoops.
And it's up and high of the net. Klumkowicz sent it just a little high. Ahead, New Britain trying to get something together. Knocked through by Cavana. He's on a break. Henry Cavana puts the shot up, stopped.
Really nice stop by the goalie.
Shapanik used one hand, stopped it, grabbed it with the other. He will punt it away. Lehan comes out and pounces on the ball. Off the leg of Mondi. Regalado will let it go to Lehan. On the corner with it. Sending it. And it gets through the hands of Shapanik. He can corral it before Darien can get a foot on it. New Britain moving it around. Push to the ground, and there will be a call. As we come up on the minute-and-a-half mark left in this first half. Sends it Lehan, makes the stop. Feels like Will Lehan's had a lot of those balls on the ground. He's had to stop, not many in the air. Klumkowicz.
He'd be offside.
The head of Lehan. New Britain puts the shot up. It's high, and it's just wide of the net. Britain saw an opportunity with Lehan coming out of the net, but was unable to send it to the back of the net from Alwisha. Take another look at it. Throw in. New Britain moving it around. 30 seconds left to play in the half. Tripped up by Davis. And he's down on the ground.
Better get going. They don't stop the clock.
16 seconds to play. The free kick, Klimkowicz. Stopped by Lehan.
That's a nice shot. You're 30 yards out and you can put it in the corner. It's well done. They should just about do it.
And the clock will hit 0. That will bring us to the half. Darien up 5-0. Tim, what did you see in this first half?
Well, Darien is playing their game. They're going down the wings and crossing it in and striking it and using their speed to beat New Britain. I think New Britain, in order to even begin to get a whisper of getting into this game, is going to have to change their formation. But if they've been playing this all year, this style, I don't know whether they're can make it switch, make any kind of a switch.
Now on the other sideline, if you're head coach Garth Lawrence, what are you telling your team down 5-0?
To stay in it, right? And just to keep going. They're going to get, they're going to get a goal, right? That's all that, they may not win the game, but they'll stay poised. I know the coach. They'll stay poised, and they won't lose anything, and they'll make a game of it.
So at the half, Darien leads 5-0 over New Britain in this first round state matchup. You're watching the DAF Media Network. When we come back, second half soccer.
If you live in Darien, most likely you've benefited from the Darien Foundation. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4 million in grants to the Darien Emergency Services, public schools, and community organizations.
My husband and I are so happy to be raising our 4 young children in Darien. Over the years, I have admired the projects that the Darien Foundation has supported, and I'm excited to be a member of the board helping to further support the Foundation's mission. Kids' eyes light up when they talk about learning and eating in the edible garden at Tokenique School. And as a family, we've had so much fun watching varsity field hockey and lacrosse games under the Darien High School stadium lights. It certainly gives us peace of mind to know that if and when the next storm hits town, the Darien Library will always have power thanks to the Darien Foundation providing a generator.
As a resource, the Darien Foundation is unique within Fairfield County and indeed unique on a national level. For 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien and offering our community organizations, emergency services, and schools a local resource to help them pursue innovation and excellence. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
We are DAF Media, Darien's hometown source for sports, arts, and entertainment, established in 2017. We are Community, a volunteer-based organization that gives nearly 50 Darien High School students hands-on experience in video production. We are Cutting Edge, a STEM initiative. Students use cameras, computers, sound equipment, and innovative software. We are Live, streaming 120 events per year on our YouTube channel. We are On the Stage. We are At the Big Games. We are On the Field. We are In the Gym. We are On the Move, live streaming not only in Darien, but throughout southwestern Connecticut and the tri-state area. We are making a difference. We are DAF Media.
We welcome you back on the DAF Media Network for the second half in the CIAC Class LL first round playoff matchup between the Darien Blue Wave and the New Britain Golden Hurricanes. Braden Schenk and Tim Blake with you. So glad you could be with us on this Tuesday afternoon. Teams will switch sides, so Darien will now be moving from right to left on your screen. New Britain from left to right. Darien in the blue and black jerseys, New Britain in the road whites. And quickly stopped by the Hurricanes.
Nice move.
Sends a shot up, knocked away.
I can't see his number, but he's a little fire plug down there for New Britain.
Darien has a goalkeeping change. Number 00, Tommy Branca, has entered the game. And we did get to the bottom of it. Number 15 is Kyle Baera, so we were right initially on it. He is in the match for Darien, as long with the entire line change, if you will, they had after the 5th goal was scored, bringing on 10 new players.
I spoke to the refs, and they had never seen that kind of a switch either.
You tell it was definitely organized by head coach John Bradley. It was pretty clear after the goal was scored. They just sent everyone out there, and this one sent through.
Another breakaway. Cross it.
Off the post.
Right back to him.
And he didn't realize the ball's still in play. And that was shot there, stopped. Ball is loose. And a nice sliding kick away.
Not the best goaltending technique, but goes over there and taps it to thank the post.
Gets the job done.
Yeah. Not the way you draw it up, but it worked.
Wind continuing to blow. Yeah, Cleary had the shot. It went off the post. The rebound came right back to him. And I don't think he realized the play was still going.
No, he didn't.
New Britain will now try their luck at offense once again. Klimkowicz.
They've got three attackers right now. So they have changed their, got 4 deep, stopper sweeper. More of a classic style.
Past Cleary to Mares, and Darien gains possession.
He's going to send it wide. There it is. Well, a little too far.
Baera gives it to Shapanik. And with the goal kick, or the goal punt, give a shout out to our DAF Media production crew this afternoon, doing a great job bringing you all the sights and sounds in this one. David Popson, Henry Imbrogno, Connor Fagan, Will Donnelly, and our DAF Media Advisor, Damian Andrew. Braden Schenk and Tim Blake with you. Collins had it, and Mitch Davis will get it.
He's offsides.
And the ref will blow that.
Yep, that was a pretty easy call.
Mashkoff, just a little offsides.
5 yards.
One of the more easier calls for the ref this afternoon. Once again, the winner of this will advance to play in Thursday's second round matchup with the winner of the Richfield South Windsor game. That is happening tonight. Parrott trying to find a hole, being triple teamed, now being double teamed.
Tried that heel pass again, it's just not going to work.
He will gain it and put the shot up high and looks like off a car in the parking lot. Parrott got possession of it. It's had a small hole and just put a shot up. Saw what would happen. This one sent off. That's the flying mash off. Regalado. And it's actually going to be given to New Britain. Third different player who will throw it in, or think that they would throw it in. Stopped by Collins. Sends it to Kai Sparks on the far side. And Cleary will be hustling for it.
Needs to settle it down, bring it back. That's what he did.
Over to Collins. And
Offsides again.
another Darien offsides. Maximilian Shapanik with the goal kick. Long kick. Pass Alwisha. Over to Roy. Looking for a ball on that far sideline. Well, boys look like they fell asleep for a second. And Tim, looking ahead at Darien's schedule, if they win here today, they will play on Tuesday. But I hear that 2 weeks from now, Thanksgiving weekend, big game for the Blue Wave soccer programs.
Yeah, it's a tradition I started in 2001. We brought some the kids that were going off to college, some of the older alumni, guys that went to Darien and played soccer or played in the youth programs, anybody associated with Darien and is in town on Saturday. I think that's the 27th of Thanksgiving weekend at 1 o'clock. We're going to have the varsity play the alumni, boys and girls. So if you're one of the girls or one of the guys, one of the alumni, we want to see you out here. Everyone will play. And we have a trophy at the end. The varsity has only beaten the alumni once in 18 previous years.
Wow.
So, and yours truly does the refereeing, so nobody argues.
Someone's got to argue with the ref at least over one call of these games.
Oh, they do, but they know me from the past, and it is Thanksgiving weekend, so. But it's fun. I mean, it's there's some good soccer. The kids enjoy it. It's great for especially the kids that are just going away for their first year or their freshman year to come back and see their friends, people they just recently played with. Occasionally, I'll allow freshmen and sophomores in college to play with the varsity team, so with their old teammates. But I encourage anybody that parents as well. Come on, it's we just have a good time. That's
of course the annual alumni game.
Yep.
For Blue Wave Soccer. one of the many traditions rooted in this program, as Darien overpowering New Britain on that one. Still can't believe Varsity hasn't won once in the 18 years.
Well, they think it's the officiating.
And Bronco will make the stop.
And they might be onto something, but you know, the old guys out there, you know, they can't keep up with these youngsters and all their speed. So we tend to make it enjoyable for everybody and to have a good time. If anybody starts to take it too seriously, I'll give them a yellow card.
Well, it sounds like a fun time for sure.
It is. John Veazey has been assisting me with it forever. There's some nice play by New Britain now. And John and I have a really good time doing it. And John Bradley asked me to make sure that we mentioned it during this broadcast. And so if you're an alumni, we want to see you out on Saturday at 1 o'clock, the 27th. And it's rain or shine. We've played it in the snow.
What?
Yeah, back in about 2004 or 5.
Here's the corner kick for New Britain. Sends it high past the scrum. Klimkowicz try to turn over to the offense, and Darien will clear it. So you're telling me there was a day that there was snow in November and you guys still came out here to play soccer?
Oh, this guy is so far offside. Hey. All right, that's the correct call.
And Cleary offsides. Panic with the goal kick. Panic out some ways from the goal. Will boot it. Low kick. Stopped by Era.
On that same date, the boys rugby has an alumni game as well, and they play on the upper field up here too, side by side. They generally play about an hour earlier than we do, so that if there are some kids that play both sports, they can come and have some fun.
It's clever. It's also interesting because rugby season isn't even until the spring.
Right, so you had some soccer players that played both sports.
That one is kept in by Darien. And the slide kick there from New Britain. Trying to keep the offense together. Mitch Davis loses it. Parrott. And Darien doing a pretty good job so far, clearing the ball out, not allowing many New Britain shots on net.
As I said, you know, if you're only going to throw one attacker or one striker at the Darien defense, it's going to be almost impossible to break through. Darien's got the speed to keep up. They may not have the size or the height, but they definitely have the speed.
Throw in, and New Britain will pass around. Klimkowicz. 28 minutes left to play in this one. That one is sent and kicked out of play. Substitution for Darien. Number 44, Jose Echeverria, entering play. New Britain now. Parrott is looking for him. So if you're keeping tally at home, that is the 22nd player that Darien has used in this match. They had their starting 11. It's actually the 23rd. They had their starting 11. They brought on the 10 new pairs of legs after the 5th goal. Bronco came in at the start of the half, and then Echeverria now entered into the game with the ball. That is 23 of Darien's 34 rostered players. Shapanik sends it all the way down to the opposing goaltender and Tommy Bronca. Bronca punts it away. You are watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture between the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. This is playoff varsity boys soccer here in southwestern Connecticut. And Tim, if you look over on that Darien sideline, it appears that John Bradley's huddling up a new group of guys, potentially for another big substitution.
When I coached, at one point I had 33 players on it, and I called them ABC, but it was more of a jailbreak. That's the way we made the substitutions look like.
She mentioned 33. That is, Darien's just one shy of that so far in this match. 32 players used in the match.
I think it's terrific way of doing that for the kids, the players. They're getting the experience. You know, they're not going to be intimidated the next time they get into a game with the.
It'll be interesting to see if John Bradley gets the entire roster from top to bottom into the match.
My money is yes.
He's come close, and the shot is up high of the net. There's still 25 minutes left to play in the match. Bronca with the goal kick. And New Britain trying to at least get some offense together, try to put up one goal before they take the road trip back up.
The sun's going to become a factor, looking into the sun.
Something that normally we see to start the matches, actually I should say at the half usually, but this game played at 2 o'clock plus a combination of daylight savings time.
Right.
All the way past the New Britain bench will be Roy. And they're going to send Naples down to the JV softball field. That's actually another number 15, but he will throw up the ball. Credit to him. Number 15 on the penny. Or penny.
Nice turn, nice spin.
Parrott. And knocked away. Cavanna comes away with it. Over to Kai Sparks. Sparks the kick off the foot. Action on that far sideline. Roy. The give and go. Broken up by Ryan Roderick. Sent all the way downfield to Cleary. And looks like Darien squad of players will be making their way to the substitution bench.
These are all new. This is getting the all the players in. I think it's terrific.
You're actually looking at that right there, the grouping of players who are about to enter the game for the Darien Blue Wave. Struck all the way downfield. Mitch Davis sends it over to Kai Sparks.
Offsides.
And he will be offsides. I've never seen this before, the jailbreak as you called it, and it looks like they're lined up to do it again.
Yeah, this will be the balance of the team.
Which we'll look at it once they enter the game and see.
I think John's waiting for them to get this players that are out here now, give them a full 20 minutes and then 20 minutes for the next team.
Delgado for New Britain also on the substitution. Perch.
That's the right play.
Sends it, and
just wide
of the net. The air horn has been sounded, and Darien will switch out once again an entire squad of players.
That's terrific.
Well,
happy for the high school, happy for the Darien Soccer Association. Gives everybody the experience of
Andrew Popson, Davis Riley, Amon Gallagher, Matthew Reynolds, Carter Hayes, trying to name these off here. Substitutions: Adam McDonald.
Good luck.
Jeff Nawadi. Doing pretty well so far.
Yes, you have remarkable.
Jose Echeverria is staying in the match, so not necessarily a full switch, and the shot there stopped by Bronco.
I think some of the Darien players, I think there was a red card, so he's out of the game, and you have a couple of other players hurt, so. But it's sure. Oh, here you go.
And Reynolds with the shot. It's in. Matthew Reynolds with the goal. And it's 6-0, Darien.
That's got to be exciting for him.
Matthew Reynolds, a senior on this Blue Wave team. And he beat Maximilian Shapanik for the goal. Looking over to the fans, giving him a nice air fist.
That's something he's going to remember the rest of his life. And he's hamming it up for the crowd too.
And even the sideline.
Yeah.
Getting into it. Reynolds had that stop of a goal against Richfield in the regular season. He puts one in the back of the net.
I don't think New Britain really understands, that it's a senior. And hasn't seen much played during the year, and the kid, he's well liked.
This one sent over. Popson will overshoot. 27 is rostered as Kyle Baera. I'm going to take a wild guess, say that is Eamon Gallagher. Maybe they switched jerseys.
I think so, because I asked John if his son's in there, and he said he hasn't seen him yet, so. There's the speed.
Carter Hayes makes a move.
Totally deep to left back.
And tried to send it.
Perfect cross.
McDonald sends it up, and Shapanik makes the stop. Can't forget about the last player out there for Darien, number 12, Tyler Panorgis. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. That was the last substitute in for Darien. Now New Britain with the opportunity. And Popson makes the stop.
Nice defending. Nice, very clean.
And
they love that heel pass.
sending it back to Kolick, up in the air, and Bronco will make the catch. Wadi over to Echeverria.
They're spurting it out and keeping it on the floor, so that's good soccer.
So you look at the Darien roster, 34 players. You mentioned Tim, one out with the red card back in the quarterfinal game. They have one that's out with an injury. And when you look at the roster, I believe just about every other player has played in this match.
It's strictly a guess, but I think you're right.
And actually, you can confirm it now. Lance Anavy, number 32, rostered as 26. And now you can officially confirm it.
Okay.
32 of all 32 active players for this match for Darien have entered play.
That's great, and they're getting some serious time. 20 minutes is that's not. It's not a 5-minute substitute. At the end of a game.
Yeah, that's a good 20-minute shift these guys are getting.
Yeah. It's Brayton.
Hayes
1-on-1.
puts the shot up and wide of the net. So, brief scoring recap. If you're just joining us, Chase Caruso, the three opening goals for Darien, had the hat trick. Trevor Pegg sent one to the back of the net. Colin McCann had one on the penalty kick. And then we saw the first jailbreak where they brought in 10 new players. And just a couple minutes ago, Matthew Reynolds sent one to the back of the net. And
that's the frustration. Darien doesn't need to retaliate. Just, oh no, he's got a yellow card out.
Yellow card is coming out.
That's the frustration when you're down 6-0 and you've traveled an hour and a half and you got an hour and a half on the way home.
Giovanni Parrott has been given the yellow card. Clock will remain to tick.
He's stopping time.
Scoreboard still, then the scoreboard will stop now. 15-16 left to play. 13, Fernando Goff will enter the game. New Britain now with some energy in them.
Nice
Cole,
shot.
Shot is up and high of the net. And they're gonna.
I don't know what he's calling here.
It was a high.
It should be a corner kick.
It was a high shot headed in by Goff, but the whistle was blown on it, and it looks like it will be a penalty or a corner kick.
Yeah, corner kick. That's what it should be.
Couldn't tell if they stopped play before the shot was up or what it was.
That was a good, clean on-goal shot and a really nice deflection by the goalie.
Corner kick for the Hurricanes, and the head is up, stopped by Bronca.
They had a number of corners in the first half, and if they had brought the ball out to that same spot, they might have been able to peel one in.
Britain sending it out of play, looking for Alwisha. Jeff Nawadi will throw it in.
That's a nice throw-in.
Another plus that could come out of this. John Bradley could see something that he might not have seen earlier, giving all 32 rostered guys a chance in this one.
The Wally Pip, yes. It's just give me a chance, coach. Put me in.
And especially in a state playoff game, these
Yeah.
guys are getting experience. Up 6-0 against the 25th seeded New Britain Golden Hurricanes. Britain moving it around. Pops in with the header. And he will get it right back again. This time, sends it over to Hayes. McDonald Loses it. Klimkowicz. Naples. Stopped by Davis Riley. Now Hayes will send it. Onsides. Goalie comes out, makes the sliding stop. The ball is loose. Hayes with the little shot up, and it's high of the net. The goalie had to come out some ways for it.
Yeah, the goalie did everything correctly.
Giovanni Pert will re-enter. Yellow card to his name in the match.
Coach had a little chit-chat with him just to calm him down.
Which, hypothetically, if he received a red card in this match, would that be transferred over into next season?
No.
So it gets annulled at the end of the season?
Mm-hmm. And it has to be similar play.
And that one is sent out of bounds. Doesn't have the red card, but a yellow card to his name.
What happens is if during the state tournament, if you get a yellow in this one, it carries over to the next game. Meaning, if you get another yellow card, you'll be disqualified from playing in another game. But it has to be similar. It's not. If it's FCIAC, it's one thing. If it's a state, it's a whole new ball game. Everything's wiped clean.
That one will go past the end line. On a, I guess you could call it a historic day here at Darien High School. First state playoff match in 2 years. Head coach John Bradley gets all 32 guys into the match.
That's no easy trick. Oh, here we go again.
Carter Hayes hustling for it.
Here's the speed.
Sends it.
Nice cross.
And will be picked up. You can tell John Bradley, he would huddle the guys first and kind of tell them a game plan, and then would just send them out there, bringing out everyone.
The starting 10 are kind of up and mulling around. I don't think they have plans to play, but boy, that is a really good throw-in. He's got 25 yards on that easy.
I mentioned 32 rostered players getting in. I believe they call players up for the state tournament, not on the roster technically, but there's a chance we might see them by before the end of the match.
John also wants, besides getting these kids experience, but he wants to make sure there are no injuries on the starting 10.
So that's probably why they got pulled after the first 20 minutes or so, after a 5-0 lead. Goalie comes out, makes the stop, and a long punt.
Ooh.
It's like a football punt down there.
That was
downfield.
I'm looking at the field, and he kicked it from the 18 and went to the other 18. So you got almost. That's about 75, 80 yard in the air. That's a serious punt.
Only thing you're missing is a receiver to return it.
Well, that's kind of key in this game.
Pretty much the same thing. Wide receiver and a goaltender receiving the punt. And Popson and Nuwadi try to defend Pert. Once again, the winner of this will play Thursday, 2 o'clock at the higher seed. So if Darien wins, they would be hosting a game Thursday at 2 o'clock, or what is right now scheduled as 2 o'clock against the winner of Richfield and South Windsor. That is the 9 and the 24 matchup.
My money is on Ridgefield.
Richfield 9-2-4 on the season. They beat Darien in the FCIAC quarterfinals, and it was a great match overall.
It was fabulous, but that call on the PK for a redo was very questionable.
That was a game that Darien was down 2-0 with just 8 minutes left to play.
I was watching the stream, watching that, and the camera work showed it beautifully, how he set it up to go in with I think it was 0 time left, right?
So they scored the first goal, James Kennedy, and then right as the clock expired, they sent one into the back of the net, sending it to overtime and eventually penalty kicks.
I don't think we're going to have that today.
You never know. 7.5 minutes. Everyone could have been saving it for the last 7.5 minutes.
And my money says no.
Nawadi sends it over to Riley. And will be put over to Shapanik. Once again, New Britain will return next year, and they'll be playing their Central Connecticut Conference opponents. And who knows, these teams might be meeting next year in a state tournament.
Yeah, the way they have to seed it, you don't know what you're going to get from upstate. You know that the Glastonburys, the Conards, West Hartford group, and that's good, strong, solid high school soccer. But once you're out of the Central Valley, I call it the Central Valley, but once you're out of that area, you really, other than the FCIAC, you don't know what you're going to be up against. They could be a 13-1 team in their conference. Oh, there's a nice
and the shot,
really nice play, beautiful stuff
by Bronca.
But you don't know, they could be 13-0 or whatever, but you don't know the quality of who they're playing.
And you just look at the top 4 teams. You have Xavier, the #1 team, followed by Hull, and then the next 2 down here in Fairfield County, you have Fairfield Prep and Greenwich, who all received first-round byes. But the FCIAC is definitely slowly on the rise when it comes to boys soccer.
Oh, definitely. You've got the Norwalks. It's
Staples.
Yeah.
Can't forget about Fairfield Ward and Richfield, and of course the Darien Blue Wave, who've had a breakthrough season, coming back from a 5-3-3 season a year ago. And the way it's structured, a 32-team tournament. Could see less depending on how many teams win 40% of their regular season games. This year only 28 qualified on the lower side of numbers, so 14 for season bye, and the Whistles will be keeping it with New Britain.
Yeah, there is precedent. A few years ago where they had like 24, 25 teams in it.
Yeah, I want to say that was 3, 4, 5 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
And in that case, pretty much every somewhat decent team's getting a first-round bye.
Yeah.
When it's sent. And of course, you have it on the other spectrum. 2 years ago, when there's more than 32, you have that play-in round in which Darien played Fairfield Prep in 2 years ago, won in penalty kicks. Substitution for New Britain. The 13, Fernando Goff, re-entering in the place.
I coached.
Delgado.
I coached Darien in the state tournament for the state championship and lost on penalty kicks, and I think it's a horrible way to lose. Just let them keep playing, but I understand the reasoning for it.
Yeah, it is interesting to play 2 40-minute halves, the 2 20-minute overtimes, and have it just come down to individuals on penalty kicks.
And you have to use the players that you have out on the field at that time. And it was the way we lost was the same way that Darien lost against Ridgefield on a do-over. He's onside, ref's right on the line.
Reynolds trying to fight with it.
Settled it.
McDonald keeping with it. Puts the shot up.
Trying to get it on his right foot.
Hayes sends it high.
Nice turn, left foot.
As we mentioned, New Britain traveling the hour and a half or so down, 65 miles to play Darien. New Britain, they actually have some Pretty Ring alumni to their high school. We got for any baseball fans, George Springer attended New Britain High School for a year, and any basketball fans, Tom Thibodeau, head coach of the New York Knicks, also attending New Britain High School back in the day.
They've got a very long, solid tradition in baseball.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
And their soccer teams making the state tournament every year. Haven't been able to crack into the second round since 1998. But who knows? 2022 might be the Golden Hurricanes year. Darien now slowing it down, getting it over to Nawadi. Nawadi making a nice move, bringing it into the box. Staying with it. Passing out the shot is wide of the net.
Corner.
2 minutes left to play. 6-0 Darien leads. Chase Caruso 3 goals in the game. Trevor Pegg with 1. Colin McCann with 1. And Matthew Reynolds with a goal. That's where we stand at 6-0.
New Britain needs numbers. They need to, they only have the starting 11. What do they have, 16, 17 players?
That is up, knocked away by Shapanik. They have the starting 11 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players on the bench.
They need more depth.
At 17, they roster 19. So 2 missing from that ratio, but New Britain's a team we also even looked at. They could have gotten their entire 16 in the match, but it's not as dramatic as Darien bringing 10 guys on at a time. And that one sent in.
Here we go. There's Darien speed again.
Actually, now that I'm looking at the roster, I do
He's
believe
offsides.
it does appear that New Britain did the same thing as Darien. They got their entire roster in this match as well, or everyone here for them today. Their team of 16. Which I wonder if there's a stat out there the last time both teams have played their entire teams in a match.
Having 33, 34 players? Wow.
That one on the penalty, or on the corner kick. Reynolds sends it high and stopped by Shapanik. 15 seconds left to play.
Well, before we get off the air, remember the co-ed alumni varsity game on the 27th at 1 o'clock here at the high school, rain or shine. You'll have a ball.
And that will take us to the end of this one. Darien will win it 6-0. They will advance to the second round to play either the winner of Richfield and South Windsor. Tim, what were your final takeaways in this one?
I thought what John did was terrific. You know, once he knew that he had the game in hand at 15 minutes into the game or something so like that, he just did the massive substitutions, getting everybody in, getting everybody involved. They're all going to be happy. They're going to remember some of their goals the rest of their lives. I know I did. And now we have the handshakes. And I think the New Britain kids really played their hearts out.
A hard-fought battle by both teams. Darien, as you mentioned, getting all 32 of their active rostered players into this match. And the handshakes will commence. I'll give one final shout-out to our production crew doing a great job bringing you all the sights and sounds in this one. David Popson, Henry Imbrogno, Connor Fagan, Will Donnelly, and our DAF Media Advisor, Damian Andrew. Once again, Darien is your winner by the final score of 6-0. They will play again on Thursday against the winner of Richfield and South Windsor. For our entire production crew, Tim Blake, I've been Braden Shank. We thank you for watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture between the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We'll see you next time.
This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.